I think it was about 4 years or so that I started to notice that she wasn't really herself. She'd been fine for years, you know, really active, always with her friends. And then she started to forget things, like where she'd put her handbag, and doing strange things like putting milk in the cupboard rather than the fridge, and leaving the cooker on. At first we thought nothing of it, but then things started to get worse. We'd get phone calls from friends and neighbours telling us that they'd seen her walking about in her nightie, and I'd call round and find her cooking something still in the wrapper and the whole house smelling of burnt plastic.
We just thought she was a bit stressed.
Yeah, because Gladys, her best friend, had recently passed away, and she was worried that she'd have to spend a lot of time on her own in the house with no one to go to bingo with. For a while after that, she seemed okay. She got a bit better.
Then we got the phone call.
The police called.
They had found her in the park. It was 3 o'clock in the morning. She was feeding the ducks.
In her dressing gown. I was gobsmacked. I didn't know she was anywhere near that bad. Anyway, we went to the police station to pick her up. She was confused. She looked so scared. I felt so guilty. This was my mum, and I hadn't noticed how she'd been getting worse and worse. We tried to cope on our own, you know, keep our family matters private, but I was constantly being called out from work and in the middle of the night, and I was beginning to fall apart. Then after the umpteenth time of going to the doctor with her, I just broke down. We knew she had dementia, but we couldn't just see her locked up in a hospital. Our GP suggested that we get in touch with social services for some help. With some reluctance at first, we did. We rang them at their offices, and they arranged for a social worker to come out to see us, and Mum, and they arranged for her to see a consultant psychiatrist.
Simon, the social worker, was great. He told us we didn't have to cope on our own, and there were plenty of things they could do to help us.
Not just lock her up and throw away the key, but help us to look after her properly.
So they did an assessment. We went to see a psychiatrist, Dr. Evans. He asked what support we could give her and did a care plan for her to live a more comfortable life.
I mean, she's going to get worse. Dr. Evans told us that. And eventually she's going to need full-time residential care with specialist facilities. But in the meantime, she can stay with us and spend as much time with her friends as she can. And when we need a bit extra help, we can call social services.
They definitely made our lives easier.
And Mum's too.